Hello, and thanks for watching our show. I'm Harry Greenberger, the host of this show and the president of the New Orleans Secular Humanist Association. We're very fortunate today to have as a guest on our show Mr. Howard Rogers, who is the executive director of the New Orleans Council on Aging. Howard, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Mr. Greenberg, for inviting me on the program.
And I'd like at first to know how you became involved with the council and something about their mission and your objectives.
Well, fortunately, this is my second tour at the Council on Aging. I started off in aging back in 1977, working with a young lady, developing a senior citizen center in Carrollton. Went to the council in 1984 in charge of all the senior centers here in the city. And then coming back, stayed there until 1990, when I went back to the center that I started at as the executive director. And I've been at the Council on Aging since 1999 as the executive director.
And you were doing this as a young man.
Yes,
you were
yes.
not part of the group you were speaking for.
No. When I started working in geriatrics, basically I was 25 years old.
Okay.
So, like I said, I've been doing this for 32 years now. And I've kind of grown with the seniors as they have gotten older, including myself. So my philosophy is that if I can help somebody now, when I get old, hopefully somebody will be there to help me.
Well, the old philosophy used to be about the parents and children. You take care of them when they're young, and they'll take care of you when you're old. But that doesn't hold up these days, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And that's why we have the New Orleans Council on Aging, to be there to help those seniors here in the city of New Orleans who need some assistance in their everyday lives. You asked about our mission. Our mission is to provide quality services to the elderly of the city, 60 and above. We're mandated, first of all, by the federal government under the Older Americans Act that was founded back in 1965 that brought us Medicare. And through that particular legislative process was developed the Administration on Aging. The Administration on Aging's legislation indicates that each state has to have a unit of aging in their state government. In Louisiana, it's called the Governor's Office of Elderly Affairs. And then as we break it down on the parish level, we have Orleans Parish, Jefferson Parish, St. Bernard.
Well, now, since this is mandated by the federal government, is it also funded by the federal government? Yes, it is
funded by the federal government.
I see.
A large majority of our funds come from the Administration on Aging, which are pass-through dollars through the state of Louisiana. And the state, in turn, adds some money to that. And the city provides us with a few funds, too.
I see. Well, over the years, and this has been going on for some time, has the funding been adequate for your needs, or do you also...
Actually, no.
Do you solicit funds like contributors, or what else? Where else does your money come from?
We do. We have, for the New Orleans Council on Aging, we have one major fundraiser during the year right now, and that is our Meals on Wheels gala that is usually held in winter. From that particular gala, we raise about $20,000 to $30,000 that we utilize to supplement our Meals on Wheels program. Unfortunately, we have about 800 people on our waiting list now for Meals on Wheels. We serve about 600. Prior to the storm, we had 2,200 meals that we served on a daily basis. Now we're up to about 1,500. But again, there's a tremendous need out there in the community. As I said, we have a waiting list of 800.
Well, we're going to get around to that need, but back to your mission, and I'm looking at what I pulled down from the internet, and it says, the agency is responsible for ensuring that a comprehensive and coordinated assortment of social, recreational, educational, and nutritional services are provided to persons aged 60 and over in New Orleans. So we're talking about social, recreation, educational, and nutritional. What, other than your Wheels on Meals, what are some of the other programs?
Well, some of the additional programs that we offer in terms of information and assistance. If an individual needs to find out where is the nearest doctor's office, or trying to find out some information about Social Security, they can call us and we can refer them to the appropriate individuals. We also have a program which is called Senior Companion, where we provide seniors who are a little bit more, as they say, they have a little bit more to give. We'll go in and provide 4 hours of respite care. That is to give a caregiver some time off to go and run some daily errands while they sit there and take care of a relative that might be at home.
These are people who volunteer with your organization?
Right, they volunteer with our
organization. And how do you
organization.
get those volunteers?
We just have open enrollment. We ask individuals in the community if they'd like to become a senior companion. They can contact us at 821-4121.
Say that number again.
821-4121.
I was going to ask you whether you have an adequate number of volunteers or whether you need
we're
more.
always looking for volunteers.
You need as many as you can get.
That's correct.
Now, the program you just described, and I also have something here that says Retired Senior Volunteer Program. Is that
RSVP.
what you were talking?
No, that's
another
program.
Well, tell me what that one is.
RSVP is a program where we recognize volunteers that work in various agencies around the city. In fact, we have RSVPs down at City Hall. We have RSVP individuals who work at the aquarium, some in some hospitals around town, working in other various government buildings as volunteers. And what we do on an annual basis, we recognize those individuals and their volunteer efforts with a little celebration. We have people who volunteer up to 1,000 hours a month.
And how do they utilize that time?
They utilize that time maybe in a government capacity down at City Hall, operating the help desk, telling people where to go in City Hall.
They're not lobbying; they're just there helping.
They're just there to give some help.
All right.
Yeah. And that's our retired senior volunteers. And then the Meals program, Meals on Wheels. And outside of the Meals on Wheels program, we have a Congregate Meals program. Right. That is a program where people come to the senior centers or to different housing complexes around the city where they live, some of those that are run by Catholic Charities, Volunteers of America. And we have a meal site there. And so that means that individual can come down to the cafeteria or assembly room and get a hot noonday meal, the same as they would do at a senior center.
Is that a daily?
That's daily, Monday through Friday.
And your organization provides the personnel and the food?
No, we provide the food.
You provide the food. And some other agency?
That agency provides a manager. Basically, when the food is delivered, they check the temperature of the food, make sure that they have the right amount of meals, and then they pass them out to the seniors.
So they provide a venue where people can. And how many such locations are there?
Right now, we have about, I want to say 25. Throughout the city.
And now, when we talk about New Orleans, we're talking about Orleans Parish.
Only Orleans Parish. We're only mandated to operate services in Orleans Parish.
I see. Well, to get slightly off the subject, are they doing this in neighboring parishes?
Right. They do this in Jefferson, St. Bernard, St. Tammany, Plaquemines, all 64 parishes in the state of Louisiana. Now, some of them might have their operation a little bit different from ours. Some don't have a senior companion program. Some don't have a retired senior volunteers program. But the basic necessities of food, all the councils on aging provide those. And in fact, Jefferson has a transportation system. We don't have one in Orleans Parish. We don't provide transportation for seniors. We rely on the RTA for that.
I'm looking at your material on the RSVP, the Retired Senior Volunteer Program, and it says provides a link between those 55 years and older.
Right.
So in order for these people to volunteer for that program, they're 55 and older.
That's correct.
Now, but for your other programs,
they got to be 60.
To volunteer to do anything?
No. You can be 55 or older to volunteer. In fact, you can be any age to volunteer.
That's what I wanted to know.
You can be any age to volunteer with any of our programs, but for recognition with RSVP, they lowered the age down to 55.